This video was produced in a closed shop environment. Table saw blade guards and safety equipment have been removed only for the purpose of clarity in this video. When using this tool or any other shop tool, remember to observe all safety precautions. Welcome to Sun City's Workshop's virtual classroom. This lesson will demonstrate the setup and use of Woodpecker's Dado Setup Fixture, or DSF. This fixture is stored in the tool room and must be signed out for use. Setting up a dado set can be a time-consuming and tedious process. Oftentimes it takes a couple of setup attempts to get the cutter blades and the shims just right on the table or radial arm saw. Now let's see how easy it is to set up to make a 3/4 inch dado using the DSF system. Inside the box you will find a set of instructions on how to use the DSF. Remove the non-skid base. This is the work surface that will be used to mount the DSF arbors. The base has two Magna-lock switches to secure it to the steel surface of the table saw. The underside of the base has non-skid material that is helpful when setting up a dado set on a non-magnetic surface, such as near the radial arm saw. Also included in the box are two gap gauges, one for dados and one for tenons. We'll select the one for dados. The DSF system contains two arbors. The one with a 1-inch arbor is used to set up the dado stack on a radial arm saw. The second has a 5/8 inch arbor, and this is what we'll use to set up the dado stack on the table saw. Each DSF arbor has a large knurled knob used to tighten the dado stack. Two alignment pins are used to secure the DSF arbor when mounted over the two bushings installed in the magnetic base. For this demonstration, we will be using a standard dado set. The DSF setup procedures are the same for both the table saw or radial arm saw. For this demonstration, the dado stack will be set up to cut a 3/4 inch dado. Be sure the table saw power switch is off before starting your setup. Remember to follow all of the table saw storyboard guidelines and safety procedures when setting up and operating the table saw. Remove the table saw throat plate, and now carefully remove the saw blade and set it aside. Place the DSF magnetic base on the table saw and turn the Magna-lock switches to secure it. Use the 5/8 inch DSF arbor and align it over the two bushings on the magnetic base. Then install the two locating pins in the holes in the DSF arbor and into the bushings. This setup will not prevent the arbor from lifting, but it does prevent it from twisting. The dado setup fixture is now ready to use. Use the dado gap gauge to measure the thickness of the board. Slide the two halves together until they fit snugly against the board. This step gives you the thickness of the board. Most dado sets have a guide for assembling the blades, the chippers, and the shims, and that generally gets you close to the dado cut that you will need. From the dado set, select a combination of the cutter blades and shims to approximate the dado size. Next, unscrew the knurled knob on the DSF arbor and place the cutter blades over the mandrel, ensuring they are installed correctly. After installing the blades and shims on the DSF, screw the knurled knob down to clamp the dado stack. Now slide the dado gap gauge over the blades. If it's too loose or does not fit over the stack, then make corrections by adding or removing shims until the gauge just fits over the blades. Once you have the correct dado stack thickness, unscrew the knob on the DSF arbor and remove the dado set. Then install it on the table saw following the proper installation procedures. Install the proper dado insert plate. Now set the blade height for the desired dado depth. And now it's time to cut the dado. And now we'll check the fit. Perfect. When your project is complete, remember to put all of the DSF components back into the box. Inventory the components to ensure that they are all there, and then return it to the tool room. This concludes our virtual classroom training on the Woodpecker Dado setup fixture. If you have any questions regarding the operation, check with a mentor or come to the next continuing education night at the woodshop to learn more about the Woodpecker's Dado setup fixture for both the table saw and the radial arm saw.